Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about Heimdallr Sharkey Ocean Monster, which is an homage to Seiko's Monster. Let's get to it. So when you order the watch from Heimdallr's website or from AliExpress, which is where I ordered it from, you get this black textured box. You can see Heimdallr's text and Sharkey logo in silver color on the surface. When you open the box, you get an instructions manual for NH35 movement in English and a warranty card that is filled out for you. And the inside of the box is soft, kind of soft, not very much, but good enough to protect the watch when shipping. So let's start with the measurements. The case diameter of the watch should be around 41.5 millimeters, which is exactly what we have here. And the case, lug to lug should be around 46.5, very good. And the case thickness is 12.5 millimeters. Now on the website they say that it is 13.5 millimeters, but I measure 12.5, which is thinner than the claimed measurement. The bracelet, the first part of the bracelet, because of its design, is thinner than this part, but it starts from 20 millimeters, and the second part is 21 millimeters, and it tapers down to 18 millimeters. On the clasp, we have, on the thickest part of the clasp, let's say, we have 22.5 millimeters of thickness. When we measure the weight of the watch, it is 182 grams. Now I removed two links, that's why it is not 192 grams. So let's start with the elephant in the room, which is, I believe, the dial of the beautiful watch that we have here. I think Heimdallr really nailed the dial game with this watch, and that's why it is the best homage out there for the original Seiko Monster Ice Dial model. We have metallic kind of and in some parts matte type of brush strokes on the dial, and it plays with the light beautifully. As you can see, the reflections are there, and as you turn the watch, as you roll on your wrist, roll the watch on your wrist, you can see different textures every time. So it is a very beautifully done dial. Kudos to Heimdallr, very good job homaging the original. And the minute track, let me get my pen. The minute track is blue, it's a pale kind of blue, and it has no texture. As you can see, it is plastic, it is a little bit glossy, not matte in color. The hour indices are a little bit different than the original, so they did a good job homaging the original, I believe. They have a kind of a creamy color, which is, I believe, because of the lume that is applied. By the way, it has a monstrous lume, guys. I'm going to show it to you at the end of this video. And the lume pip matches the color of those of hour indices on the dial that we have. The hour indices, by the way, are applied, and the edges of those indices are silver in color, so you get even more reflections, and they make the dial pop out even more with the light. So on the dial, I don't want to get into the design choices that we have here, because all the credit needs to be given to Seiko, but it has this sea, ocean, and shark and tooth kind of a design. So you can see it on the hour marker, the second hand, the minute hand, and the hour hand as well. The dial on the 12 o'clock, a little bit below it, you can see the Heimdallr logo in glossy black color, again applied, and you have automatic diverse 200 meter again applied on above, a little bit above 6 o'clock position. On 3 o'clock we have day and date complication, and it is also circled with kind of blackish metallic. Yes, let me see exactly. And it matches the minute track and the text and numerals on the bezel. It's a beautiful piece, guys. The bezel, if you look closely on the application of color, you don't see that much of mistakes. I think it's a beautifully filled, as you can see, minute track and numerals. They're glossy, they're black, and the loom pip has a little bit of a dimension over there. So let's begin with the bezel action. It's not that loud, and it is a little different from Seiko's springy kind of feeling bezel action. It has more of a metallic kind of action, and it is consistent throughout the bezel. There's no problem at all, and it aligns perfectly. As you can see, there's little to no backplay once it sits, and no wobble, no play at all when you apply pressure. The casework, the polishing and the brushing of the surfaces are very, very beautifully done. Even in the tiniest surfaces, they've nailed polishing game, and I think it's a very, very good homage. Again, guys, I mean, I can't stress this enough. And the bezel really aligns when you turn it, twist it a little bit with the case itself. All the gaps, all the holes, all the bitten parts. It reminds you of a bitten, shark attack bitten kind of a bezel. It is a big chunky watch. I mean, the whole design is a little aggressive, a little chunky, a little hefty, and it reminds you of a shark, a shark attack, I guess. That's why it's called Monster, huh? So the case back has the text and the logo of Heimdallr. You get all the information there. It's a screw down case back. We have a screw down crown over here, and it has a really good grip. It's easy to do, and the crown action is smooth, really smooth, guys. As you can see, no trouble at all. And when you screw it down, you don't get that grained sensation when you get from some cheaper kind of homages to other brands of other watches. It's a beautiful crown, and the action is smooth enough, and the case back has polished and brushed surfaces, and I believe it's a beautiful case back. Very good job polishing. The case itself, I'm not talking about the bezel, is beam blasted. So the front surface of the case is, let me get closer. Yes, it has this satin kind of finish, but it is brushed lightly, so that's why you have that feeling. And the bracelet has two, as I said in the video, two surfaces in the beginning of the measurement, as you can recall. The first part from the back, you can see normally it is only one part, one piece, but on the front surface you have two surfaces, which is polished and brushed. Brushing is not rough, it's satin kind of finish, and it looks very good, very consistent. And I mean, there's little to no problem at all when you look at the bracelet. And we have a milled clasp over here, and the clasp action is very good, positive action. And my only two gripes about the craftsmanship of the homage is this part, I think, is a little sharp, and no trouble there. Here, I believe. Yes, this part is a little, just a little bit sharp, you guys. You have to be, careful with these. I mean, it's not going to touch anywhere, but if you apply enough pressure, you can feel that it is really sharp. And this part is a little uncomfortable. Let me show you. Yeah, this part when on the wrist, but you don't feel it that much. You only feel it if you wear the bracelet a little loose. So let's get on with the specs of the watch. It has a domed sapphire crystal, which has blue AR coating. Let me show you right here. And you have this beautiful distortion effect when you look at from the sides or from the bottom or top, as you can see. Sapphire crystal, blue AR coating, very good job for the price. By the way, this costed me around $130. I bought it last September, and I believe nowadays it is with the with the spring sale, it is the same price. I believe it's around $130, $140, $100. So we have NH35 movement in it. You can look it up. It's measurements and everything. It's specs. It has 40 hours of power reserve, 6 ticks per second, 21,600 per hour. It's a very good workout movement, reliable type of movement from Seiko. And we have 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. I think the watch is a little top heavy, but when you put on your wrists, you can definitely feel it's a chunky watch. I mean, it is chunkier than all of my other watches because it is thick, it is big, and the bracelet doesn't help with the weight at all. But it's not like if you wear it tight enough, it's not so tight, by the way. I can fit my index finger over there, but if you wear it tight enough, you don't feel that weight on your wrist. And with this kind of watch, if you want a bracelet, you don't have any other choice than to I think you have to agree with the weight of the watch to enjoy the beautiful design and the beautiful look of the watch. So I think I'm done here. I'm going to show you the lume at the end of this video. Guys, take care of yourselves. If you haven't followed me, if you haven't subscribed yet, I kindly ask you to do. And if you like the video and comment on it, I'll be so happy. See you on my next video. Bye-bye. So there we have the beautiful dial. It looks almost like a fully loomed dial because of how powerful the hour indices and even the hands, the loom of the hands are. Now, it is a very beautifully applied dial. I have a digital watch over here, which is a Casio G-Shock. Now, let me show you how easier, how better the loom on Heimdallr is. Even with LED light, as you can see here, it is harder to read time on a Casio. On Heimdallr, however, it is very easier to read time, and it lasts you throughout the night. It doesn't fade away quickly, and it is consistently applied on all surfaces. I mean, there's not much to say. As you can see, the loom pip has also it has got its share of the loom that is applied. The color is green, kind of white-ish, not super green, not very bright color, but it is a very good C3 green. I believe it is called Super Luminova, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm really happy with the loom that is applied on the watch, you guys. For the price, I can't think of any better, option to see on a watch at this price point.